under $18,000. Plus, you get 60 days to love it or exchange it. 60 days. And Arlington's Credit for Everyone program is here to help you get financed. Shop Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned today. 10939 Atlantic Boulevard or at arlingtontoyota.com.
Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and sell your home for cash without the stress of listing your home on the market. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. You can sell your home stress-free, make the most money, and move on your timeline with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Skip the hassle of constant cleaning and costly repairs. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, there are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. One of our clients, KR, said, "We weren't planning on moving, but our family's needs changed. We sold our home for substantially more than we paid, and we were able to move quickly. Thank you, Mark Spain Real Estate." We've been in business for nearly 30 years and have served over 58,000 satisfied clients, so we know what matters most: a quick sale and maximum profit. Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. and find out what your guaranteed offer will be. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Can you fly, Snyderman?
I wish.
Do you have super strength?
Above average for my age.
X-ray vision?
Nah.
Then what makes you a superhero?
Our AC is out.
Duty calls, kids.
Snyderman saves the day with affordable preventative care plans that keep systems operating at peak efficiency all year long. Get your preferred customer plan at snyderac.com today.
You're my hero, Snyderman.
CAC 1813307.
Inc. magazine named DLP Capital as one of the Inc. 5,000 fastest growing private companies for a remarkable 12th consecutive year. DLP Capital is dedicated to building and financing thriving communities. The last 3 years drove 158% growth, earning DLP Capital the distinction of being the 12th fastest growing company in Jacksonville, one of Florida's biggest cities, and 69th among real estate companies. Log on to dlpcapital.com. That's dlpcapital.com to find out how you can invest.
I'm Josh Scobie, proud supporter of Guardian Catholic School. Did you know that literacy is the most important predictor of lifelong success? That's why Guardian educators focus on teaching literacy skills from pre-K 3 through 3rd grade, so kids can read to learn from 4th grade on. Our teachers and parents can't do it alone, so we're inviting you to get a kick out of reading. Our aim is to provide new hardcover and digital books for each class. Help kids get a kick out of reading. Please give today. Visit guardiancatholic.com and click on Get a Kick Out of Reading.
I'm Christine Lisi. Positive sign for the Bengals today. Receiver Jaguar Chase participated in individual drills in the first official practice of game week ahead of Sunday's opener against the Patriots. He was a hold-in during training camp amid a contract stalemate. Bills safety Damar Hamlin will start in the opener against Arizona, his first start since going into cardiac arrest during a game in January 2023. Denver named quarterback Bo Nix a team captain, first Broncos rookie captain since 1967. He fits in well with the offense coach Sean Payton wants to run in Denver, notes former Saints quarterback Drew Brees.
I think here's a guy who started 60 games in college, has a wealth of experience. I know just from knowing Sean, I think he loves his ability to process the game, the way that he's picked up this offense, his ability to find completions, and just manage that offense the way that Sean wants it to be managed.
Drew Brees on Carlin versus Joe. Brazil says security's been tightened ahead of the first NFL game in South America after players voiced concerns about safety. The Eagles and Packers play in Brazil on Friday.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's thick and rich lather gives you a close, comfortable shave for just half the price of gels. Barbasol.
My name is Dale Pazinski, and this is how I live united. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Live from the Anajar and Levine studios, Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. Who is this guy? Aaron Shafting? What is it? Oh, Schachter? Schachter. Okay. Shack Attack. Schachter. He gets shacked. But I digress. Here we go.
You ready? Yeah. Turn up your radio.
The Aaron Schachter Show on ESPN 690.
Oh, what a day. What a day. Woo, buddy. One of the grayest days I have seen in a long time. Long time. No sun. All wet. It's my kind of day right there. Crank up a couple of depressing tunes really loud. Look out the window longingly like something's wrong in your life when it's not. Come on. We can all get on board with this toxicity a little bit. Time to have some fun. Strap in, kids. Helmets on. Head on a swivel. It's the Aaron Schachter Show.
You're chipper, man. You're cheery.
I haven't done the show in like 5 days.
You know what I'm saying, man? You had a vacation, added a retreat after the vacation.
Wasn't exactly a retreat.
Where the bosses just go and, what'd you say? Plant seeds? I forgot what you said, but you said something about planting. Look at you, man. And now you come back cheery.
Everybody who works at a company, not like a small business. Some small businesses do this. But the bigger companies or corporations, every once in a while you got to do some team building exercise. A little TBE. What was the last team building you did, Brian?
It wasn't here. Listen, I'm not trying to be funny. It just wasn't. That could mean I did team building yesterday, though. I tell you what, Aaron, it would have been sooner and it would have been this company adjacent if I wasn't dog tired this weekend. Let me give credit where credit. Let me give him his credit. The credit's due.
Ooh, are you doing an impression of me? Doing an impression of somebody else?
A terrible one, but I'm glad that you at least see that I was trying. Aaron Schachter tried to do some team building, some outside the work bonding.
Oh yeah, this weekend,
as he invited me to be the fifth wheel, but a friend of the other two pairs of people that would be there, and I know it was a good time.
Look, let me call a timeout here.
Oh, okay,
Flag on the play. We are ADDing all over the place.
Okay.
Personal foul. And before we go down that road, let me just say, lots to do up ahead on the show today. I'm not sure if we'll get to the aw hell no story of the day. I got a good one.
You better. Yeah.
I got a good one. It involves a dude who's now in jail for trying to drug his old lady so that he could get with the young lady, the daughter.
Hey, whoa.
Yeah, no.
As soon as you said daughter, I was about to, I had a sound effect. I was like, oh, no,
well, look. Before you get crazy, don't worry about it. She's like 31. These are older folks.
Good for you.
I learned my lesson after the last story, Brian. I brought you an all hell no story of the day. That was a little bit more dark.
The thing is, though, the payoff was there, but you stopped right before the breakthrough. With
younger children, it was a little more dark. So I told you this, the next time around, I'm going to make sure we don't get dark with it. So I've got a fun story. If we don't get to it today, we can get to it tomorrow. I also asked you to prepare a game. I'm not sure if we're going to have time for it. Breaking news just as we started the show. I heard back from the new kid in town, Michael France, working over at Jaguar Report over at Sports Illustrated. He's the brand new kid in town. He wrote a piece about how the Jaguars are being just absolutely disrespected nationally on the media landscape. And I want to talk to him about his piece because I like it and it belongs in my echo chamber. And anyone who's saying the things I agree with, I want to give a megaphone to say it to everybody else.
Great job.
Outside of that, a couple of big deals being placed over the last couple of days while we were off the air. Trent Williams inks a new deal. Pat Surtain this morning inked a new deal, making him the highest paid defensive back in all of football. We'll talk about some of those. Doug Pederson, Trevor Lawrence in preparation for Miami this weekend. NFL football is back. We'll hear from the both of them at the podium. And then, of course, we've got more Jaguars news. But before we get to that, I would now like to take it back to the ADD thought. I began by saying if you work at a company, you do a little team building exercise. Mm-hmm. Before we get to my team building exercise, you were about to give me credit for something I tried to do this weekend where you stiffed me. Now, just so the audience understands, Brian.
What is that?
Just so the audience understands, this is the second or third time now.
No, not true.
I've invited you out where you've told me to kick rocks.
Granted, but you're just getting even because the last time before this, we actually did go out. Me, you, and Sports Freak. We did go out. The time before that, you stood up Annie Letterman.
And
the time before that, you didn't invite me to the bosses meeting.
You
so
really
you're just getting the 500. Let's calm down with the energy. Yeah.
Is one of your 4 jobs a bus driver? Because you just drove one right over my back with the Annie Letterman comment. And to be specific, to be extremely specific, we didn't hang out with the sports freak Michelle Thibodeau. I invited you out to dinner for your birthday. She begged to come. And when I refused to say okay, you felt bad and told her she could go. That's literally how that went down.
No, they're not.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that's exactly how it went down. So I don't want to hear about that being part of the tally.
Okay.
But I invited you out. No, I was
sorry,
doing
go
a
ahead.
little song trivia.
You were.
Out at one of the local breweries. They had a fun little music bingo. And there were 5 of us there. It was the Chatsters, me and my wife, and the Joneses, Reg and his wonderful wife, Noelle. And we needed a 5th. We needed more variety in the group. We had too many people who like the same kind of music.
Oh.
And I'm like, what about Middleton, man? What about Middleton?
See, but that's not how you that's not how you packaged it. You packaged it as, hey man, come on out here, man. I want you out here. The wife invited you out here. Rich Jones is out here. We want you.
Rich was excited. He wanted to see some Brian Middleton.
You didn't say that you needed some variety from, and that's surprising to me, knowing you, Aaron, and the stuff that you just be singing sometimes, the stuff that you just recall off the top of your head.
Sure.
I doubt you need help in the variety of music catalogs. But
if the music trivia was every genre except country, I'd be on board with you. But when it comes to country, I got no idea. All I know is she thinks my tractor's sexy. I feel like that's the title of every song I've ever heard at country. I got no idea what they're doing over at country.
Okay.
You're sitting here singing lyrics to songs that came out in the 70s. And I'm like, I can't even sing lyrics to country songs from the 2020s. So I needed a little help. But no, you left us there to die on the side of the road. Left us there. And I'm sure people can relate to this.
Yeah.
Because Brian is a very nice guy. But there comes a point where he has made his decision. And, he'll tell you not in certain terms. So, for instance, I'll say, hey, Brian, are you coming out? He'll be like, you know what, man, I'm probably leaning towards no, but I'll consider it for a little bit. Yeah. And so to me, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Spreading these stories like, you're not coming. Don't give me hope. Just say you're not coming. Hold on. So then he just stops answering.
No.
He just ghosts.
No,
He's
it
gone.
wasn't a ghost. It wasn't a ghost. There's more that you need to put in there for context. I also said, hey, if I were you, I'd prepare for the worst because that's what I do.
Prepare for the worst.
And
me being there was the worst for everybody.
And when I ask for the location, it's because I need to see. This is the way my mind's thinking, Aaron. As a fellow hustler, right? Now you've consolidated your hustle under
culture.
one vocation. I mean, you do some other things, but under one vocation. But as a former hustler across various vocations that spreads you thin. And then you also have the personal life that could potentially spread you thin as well. You understand when people are asking you who you really enjoy their time and they're asking you to come hang with them. You don't take that lightly, but you also start looking at locations to your place of residence and how far it is to there and how far it is away from there. How's my body feeling? I may feel great enough to get at least showered and go out there. But eventually I got to get in that car and I got to head back. And if I'm 45 minutes away from that spot, I'm going to be real with you.
Did you look up the spot? Is it 45 minutes?
I did. As soon as you did, and then when you sent the follow-up to text, you were just like, "Don't play with my emotions." Whatever you wrote.
Where do you live? Missouri? How do you have 45 minutes?
I live. I live on the northern part of the city.
Don't give the address out.
I live in the northern part of the city.
You could have all kinds of Thibodeaus running after you, trying to show up at your house and ring your doorbell and stuff. No thanks.
But and also, Aaron, just one more ADHD moment.
Oh,
two more. Oh, this one right here.
Right.
That's wild how you was roasting Michelle Thibodeau, man. If she was in this room right now, the way you did about 3 or 4 minutes ago, couldn't be me. I would have to get on the mic if I were you.
You're only saying that because she's sitting behind you, but the reality is,
she's behind. I didn't realize that.
She only came in there when she heard we were talking about her. Unfortunately for her timing is pretty awful because we're done talking about her. But that being said, you mentioned I was on a retreat yesterday. It wasn't much of a retreat. We went to a learning farm as a leadership group because the metaphor was that we are growing our business. Growing the business.
Oh, you can't be doing sound effects behind me like that. Like, that's not... I'm talking about... I'm trying to set her up on the... What are you doing, Aaron? Oh, I thought you were about to set something up.
No, I'm just saying. She's sitting there claiming she's making sounds. I heard the denial.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
I tell you this much, though, Aaron.
Blaming it on you.
There are more people. I'm going to let you finish, but this is my last line for right now.
I'm going to let you finish.
But here we go. You know what I mean? I'm going to let you finish, Taylor Swift, but hold on for a second.
Okie doke.
I think there were more people on the leadership retreat than were actually like in the building over here.
Oh, I know. I know for sure.
I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I really am on the outside looking in. We can't, what? The three of us left here? 18 people went on the retreat. 3 of us left over here, man. Felt bad, man. We felt on the outskirts, man.
Don't feel bad because I, as part of the leadership contingent, did feel satiated. I learned a bunch yesterday.
Pass it on to us.
And I felt like I bonded with fellow leaders in this building. And so I don't know about your morale, but my morale through the roof right now.
I could tell by the way you came in.
And I'm willing to spill that all over the floor of this building today.
I got to be real with you. Feels that way. Feels that way. It probably isn't. It's me. I'm immature.
You don't want me ejecting my excited nature, do you? You want me to keep it. Okay. You want me to keep it to myself. You want me to be greedy with it. I see. That's not what I do, Brian. I'm a sharer.
You're a sharer.
I'm a sharer. All right. I'm going to take what I learned yesterday from Dave the Plant Guy on the Learning Farm and my leadership brethren, and I'm going to make sure I lead us into success.
Oh, look at that.
For the next 3 months.
Hey, breaking news sounder, Aaron. ADHD moment.
We got breaking news again.
I'm getting actual images from this retreat. I didn't realize it looks like you guys are helping others.
Well, there was multiple parts of the retreat. So we started the day at a learning farm. We picked some peppers and stuff, and some leaves, some spinach leaves and stuff, and herbs and stuff, and we brought it to the Ronald McDonald House Charities.
Yeah.
And we sat there and we had our business portion of the meeting in their conference room. But then a bunch of us went to the kitchen and we prepared a giant meal, literally 70 enchiladas for the families living at the Ronald McDonald House. And then, we served the food to the folks.
Look, man, I didn't know you had hibachi in you, man. I'm going to take you up to wasabi. I'll take you up to Benihana. This man, listen, people, because I won't pull up, because it's not my phone, number one, and I don't know what'll pop up. And I won't put it on the stream, and I won't put Michelle Thibodeau's business out there. She already ran and got her phone already. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not going to show you the image.
Let's go ahead. Give out Michelle Thibodeau's phone number. It's 904-362.
But in this image, he's in a couple of them. In the first one that Michelle showed me, he has the two spatulas, the long spatulas.
Double gunning.
And he's up in here, really hibachiing out here.
Double gun. You should have seen me with the onion volcano and everything.
I was about to say, did you light it on fire? Did you do the train? The choo-choo?
No, not quite. Not only did I not do that.
Did you toss the shrimp in people's mouth?
I was getting made fun of, Brian.
Because apparently, because everyone's right there laughing at you.
Shout out to Chef Steph, who is the chef over at Ronald McDonald House.
Good for her.
By the way, like a really skilled, fancy person chef.
Good for
who's
her.
there doing great for the neighborhood, born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm sitting there trying to roll these enchiladas, and she looks at me, she goes, "You don't smoke weed, do you?" I was like, oh.
What are we doing?
Do you not realize I'm here with a bunch of bosses from the build? What are you doing right now?
I ever told you know what, golly, I love these ADHD moments. Number one, that's wild to me. Maybe I missed something in context. I'm like, that's a random jump.
Well, because you got to roll the empanada, the enchilada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say.
And the tortilla flour.
I ever told you about the time, Aaron, I had a certain cologne on, and someone who probably would have been on that leadership retreat, maybe they're not, was like, yo, that smells good. Do you smoke Black and Mild?
Black and Mild?
And I was like, yo.
Was it Thibodeau?
Yeah. No.
Black and Milds.
No, okay. I'm not going to put you on Front Street, Michelle.
Yeah,
don't play dumb. Let's not play dumb.
Why don't you save her from herself?
All right.
Save her from herself.
Michelle.
Tell Michelle that was your nickname in high school. Black and Mild.
Personal foul.
Oh, so many immature ways to take that one. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll explain to you in the break.
Man, I miss this show so much. So I was picking peppers outside, getting bit up by skeeters yesterday. I'm not a skeeters kind of guy.
Not at all.
Oh my goodness! Thank goodness it wasn't 1 billion degrees out in the morning.
Why were you picking?
I was picking peppers and oregano and stuff at the learning farm.
I thought you were just cooking. No, you're out there.
We went out there and learned about how to grow it. We learned very valuable lessons that we can use in business. And then we took it to the Ronald McDonald House, and I learned how to roll enchiladas. And they get made fun of. And that was the day. That's why I missed the show yesterday. I apologize. But I've been looking forward to doing the show for such a long time.
Yeah.
I had so much content to get to in this first segment.
Let's do it.
Because I also want to get to the press conferences. And I'm afraid to start this next one first It's so juicy. Basically, 2-time Super Bowl winning defensive player from the Patriots. You might not remember the name. Rob Ninkovich is out here shooting shots, not strays, full-on sniped with a scope. Forget sniper, full-on bazooka at one Bartholomew Jones.
Wow, that's random.
Right? And so when I come back, I'll play that audio for you. We will see how bitter Rob Ninkovich is. But before we go, I just want to give you an update to some more breaking news, Brian. Turns out the draft pick of K'Lavon Chaisson might have been a mistake.
You sure about that?
Yes,
news.
After the latest news, I'm pretty sure about it. It's one thing to get dropped from this team that drafted you after we took you in the first round. I understand you want to give the guy an opportunity to succeed.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't see it in the first year or the second year or the third year. Maybe you don't see it in the fourth year. But certainly K'Lavon Chaisson would get more chances, and he did. He went to your Panthers.
Yeah, I know.
He went to the Geechee guys.
And I was like, boy, that's not good. Go ahead.
Well, maybe it was going to be. They just lost Brian Burns, so they've got this opening in the pass rush. But it did not work out for K'Lavon Chaisson. Already dropped from the Panthers. Regular season hasn't even started yet. From first-round pick to no team whatsoever in record time.
Man.
Shout out to K'Lavon Chaisson today, who's probably feeling it right now.
Oh, boy.
Looking for a new job.
Needs a fresh start.
Another guy who's looking for a fresh start, Lombardi Lenny. He didn't even play last year, did he? Or did he get on the field last year? I don't even know if he had a team last year. Yeah.
No, Fournette, he's still alive. He's still alive. He's still walking earth.
I remember he tried to catch on with the Bills, but I can't remember if that was last year or the year before. Let's see. Yeah, he did play with the Bills. He had 12 attempts last year with the Bills. But I remember he joined the season late. I remember looking at this dude, not to get another penalty flag thrown at me, but I was staring at his legs. This dude's got the biggest legs I've ever seen in my entire life.
Nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that,
Just
my boy.
saying, Lombardi Lenny, you'd be squatting 8,000 pounds on those things.
Is that right?
That's what I think.
Okay.
Anyway, story is Lombardi Lenny in Indianapolis meeting with the Colts. Not today, the other day. Now, he left without a deal in place, but right now the Colts don't necessarily have a deep running back room, especially behind a guy who's been injured multiple times over the last couple of years in Jonathan Taylor. And so you'd got to believe that Lenny would fit in nicely in with what the scheme is over there, that little RPO scheme that Shane Steichen likes to run. So we'll see how that works out for Lombardi Lenny. I wish him nothing but the best. My condolences to him if he's forced to join the Colts. I understand how depressing that can be. That's fine. And shout out to K'Lavon Chaisson, looking for a new beginning. And shout out to Bartholomew Jones, who we will come back and defend, Brian. You understand me? You better get on board with this one. Because Rob Ninkovich is a dumb idiot. Period. Come get some, Rob. Let's go. Brian Middleton said it. Come take it up with him. How dare you call Ninkovich that name? It's a Super Bowl winner, Brian. It's the Aaron Schachter Show. 904-362-9901 if you want to get in. Back in a few minutes on ESPN 690.
Now, the First Alert Forecast on ESPN 690.
Keep that umbrella nearby. Mostly cloudy and breezy today with some showers and a few thunderstorms. Some heavy rainfall in spots with highs in the 80s. Dropping into the 70s tonight with some more showers. And mostly cloudy with scattered showers and a few thunderstorms tomorrow. Your Thursday high near 85. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. Join me today beginning at 5 p.m. on CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds. Proud to offer a huge selection of both lab-grown and natural diamonds at the lowest prices guaranteed.
Meet Mike Lester.
Talent is not going to be the right choice for every single person out there, right? Because everybody is different. We do well when our clients do well. We're literally sitting on the same side of the table with them. We're in this together.
Yeah.
When you do well, I'll do well. Once we have that understanding, then we can come up with a plan that's designed to help you be successful in retirement.
Find out more at guardingyournestegg.com.
Advisory services through Talon Private Wealth and SEC Registered Investment Advisor. Florida License D056341.
You might wonder, John Legend, how do you keep your voice sounding so legendary? Honey. And how do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date? With a COVID shot this season, designed for recent variants.
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC.
The fresher, the better.
Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Snyderman, can you move things in your mind?
Nope.
Could you read our minds?
I got nothing. Were you thinking of nothing?
No. So, what makes you a superhero?
I can tell if you should repair or replace your air conditioning system.
Snyderman can help tell you whether it's time to repair or replace your system if you answer 8 quick questions on our website. Visit SnyderAC.com and get your answer in a flash.
Flash? I think you mean Snyderman.
CAC 1813307.
Here's Ben and John Lupo, owners of Beards Diamonds.
It's funny. My dad has sold people engagement rings, and now I'm selling their kids engagement rings, and anniversary gifts, and birthday gifts. So it's pretty cool to see that family tree grow.
We're blessed with the relationships we've built over the years. Our non-commissioned sales associates are experts. They have only one goal: your complete satisfaction.
We have a 6,000 square foot showroom with anything and everything that you could possibly want. Beards Diamonds has been family owned and locally operated since 1981.
It's still our goal to offer the largest selection of quality diamond jewelry at the best prices in Jacksonville, guaranteed. The reason we can make that promise? As Beards owners, we are on the floor helping you with your purchase. We have no corporate bosses setting the price. The chain stores can't touch our prices. They just can't.
Check out our full inventory at beardsdiamonds.com, including the largest selection of GIA certified diamonds and lab-grown diamonds. Come in and see us. We'd love to help you. Anybody that steps foot in our store is automatically part of the Beards family.
Beards Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center.
Are you a real estate investor or have considered investing and want to know where you can put your money that offers solid returns and protects against market volatility? It's Rich Jones. I want to introduce you to DLP Capital, CEO and founder Don Wenner.
For more than a decade, DLP Capital has delighted our investors with consistent double-digit returns. Through the smart, conservative real estate investment strategy our company is built on, we have been able to achieve this with monthly distributions and tax shelters so our investors can keep more of their returns.
Dial *invest on your cell phone or visit highyieldreturns.net.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Connect with us on Facebook.
What do you mean by that?
Search for @ESPN690Jax and check out the latest sports news, live stream, or show clip.
Now we talking.
ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio.
Welcome back to the Aaron Schachter Show, 904-362-9901. Getting to the business, finally. That is one thing you will find here on the Aaron Schachter Show, a lack of attention span. We will change the topic on you 7 times before we realize, hey, we forgot what we originally started talking about.
That makes it good, though, Aaron.
For you.
No. That makes it good for the people, man.
It might make it frustrating for other people, but look.
They buy into you, Aaron. They buy into Aaron Schachter.
I don't think they do, but I've got a depressing message for them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to do what I do.
That's what I'm talking about.
Stand on business, Brian.
You know what I mean? Put your name on it.
That's what we're going to do.
Sit in it. Had to make sure I said S-I-T.
Yeah,
boy,
you
it was
really have to enunciate
that
it. Yeah.
lisp. That lisp almost got me.
Speaking of the S word, this next clip I'm going to play, I had to bleep out like 3 of them.
Oh, good for us.
So just make sure head's on a swivel right now. Finger on the dump button. I had to tell you last time, hey, man.
Took me about 3 seconds to get there. All right.
Don't put my career on the line now. All right. This is Rob Ninkovich talking about Mac Jones, who apparently these guys have a beef. I had no idea this beef existed. But Rob Ninkovich, 2-time Super Bowl champion, played with the Patriots for about 8 years or so. Fairly respected as a linebacker, but like he's not some NFL great. Since he's retired, it's not like the game hasn't had its share of Rob Ninkoviches. This guy acting like he's so important. But anyway, he's got beef with Bartholomew Jones, and he was on his podcast with his co-host, whose name I believe is Dan O'Brien. Go ahead and ask me, Brian Middleton, what does Dan O'Brien do on the Ninko and Dan show or whatever that podcast is called?
What? What does he do? I guess he talks, I guess.
No, what's his job? How did he get the podcast?
Oh, like what was his career path to that? I don't know. He knew Rob? It was like a buddy-buddy thing?
I mean, literally, yes. The dude owns a car dealership.
Oh, okay.
So this is the level of NFL expertise coming at you right now with Rob Ninkovich on the podcast. Take a listen.
You don't like us either.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't like you.
I don't give
He
a
just like
You think I'll smack the out of
Not like you.
I don't care.
They're talking about Mac Jones and how he doesn't like him. And certainly Rob Ninkovich right there putting it on the line saying, this is what I will do to Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Do you care if somebody doesn't like you?
No.
Exactly.
If you didn't care, I don't think you'd be making this clip, Nick.
Telling you.
I hope he has a great career as a backup. And he makes a
Oh, that's a little bit of the backhanded compliment right there. This is the thing you claim I do, Brian.
You do it now. Do.
Speaking of which, do we have a Chase Bunker show tonight or no? Is that happening?
You know what?
Is it Chase Bunker Day?
I find out stuff as is. So I don't know.
Just checking.
Exactly.
I don't think so.
I hope he has a great career as a backup. And he makes a ton of money.
What's the? I just love how everybody's like, he's gonna look at him. We should never got rid of him.
Who?
There's people that are out there.
No, the car dealer with analysis. He thinks that he's got the pulse of the people, and the pulse of the people are mad because they're looking at the preseason Mac Jones has had, and he's shining bright. PFF says 5th best quarterback in the league this preseason.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in New England's going, oh, man, we wish we had that. Instead, you know what they've got.
What?
Drake May will get you fired.
Yeah.
Gotta watch out for that one.
They'll get you fired.
Walked into it.
True indeed.
Are they cousins? Merrill Hodge and Rob
Ninkovich?
Ninkovich.
Maybe.
You don't like us either.
Oh yeah. No, I don't like you.
I don't give
He
a
just like
You think I'll smack the out of
Not like you.
I don't care.
I'm fine with him. He does not like you.
I don't care. Do you care if somebody doesn't like
It's hard to believe you don't care. First of all, the more times you say it in a row, the more you care. I think that's the universal rule there.
I'm just telling you.
I hope he has a great career as a backup. And he makes a ton of money.
What's the? I just love how everybody's like, he's gonna look at him. We should never got rid of him.
Who?
Like, there's people that are out there.
It didn't work out. It didn't work out. They needed to change the demeanor. The demeanor alone between Mac Jones and Drake May are completely different.
Okay, well, Mac Jones got his ass beat for 3 years in a row with the Patriots. Drake May just got off the boat.
How so? Is he about to say how so in a second?
He's just saying their physical demeanor, their attitude.
Yeah, but
look, Mac Jones wouldn't debate the fact that towards the end it looked sad for Mac Jones. Head hanging, no answers.
Imagine. Hey, okay, all right,
I get it, but Mac Jones got destroyed. Got destroyed. He got David Card. He got street pizzaed every game. Less time to throw than anyone in the league. Like we covered it. Hey, here comes Drake May. He just got out of Disney. He's like, hey, guys, the whole league's a wonderful place to be.
He didn't get an offensive coordinator for like 85% of his time.
He actually had one year one.
Yeah, for like 85% of his time at New England.
And then the hoodie, the genius, one of the greatest coaches of all time, gives him a defensive coordinator to be the offensive coordinator. And when Mac Jones is like, are they trying to do this on purpose? Is this a troll? Am I on a prank show right now? He calls up his old former coach, Nick Saban, and he's like, hey, can you hook me up with Bill O'Brien? What's happening here? Do I have this wrong? Can someone tell me how to run this offense? And he got in trouble for it. That was literally the downfall of Mac Jones with the Patriots.
Clown show. I would love to know the origin of both of the friction between Ninkovich.
I'll tell you.
Oh.
I'll tell you in a second.
Different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just got to keep working and
This is his Mac Jones impression. And say what you want about the content. I think he's got the tone down pretty good if you remember some of these Mac Jones press conferences.
completely different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just got to keep working and got to get better and I'm just going to keep working hard and we're just everybody together and it wasn't my best and I got to
like these weren't the most fiery press conferences when they were talking to Mac Jones, but credit to the dude. He was just trying to accept responsibility.
It's never fiery in New England. Oh, why is he acting like this is new? Was Tom Brady ever fiery?
Oh, I saw him fiery.
No, in a press conference?
Yeah, I mean,
I've never seen him in a
I've absolutely seen Tom Brady pissed off. Absolutely.
In a press conference where he's raising his voice.
Yes,
All right, well, you know what? I need proof of that. I don't believe that one.
Okay.
I've seen it on the sideline. You've seen him get hyped with players. If that's the issue, then I can see that. But what about Coach Belichick?
Never.
The least amount of fire on earth ever.
Never. Least amount of words, least amount of fire. What's Ninkovich saying about him? Nothing?
best and I got to be better and over and over and over and over again.
Like, I get the fatigue there. You don't want to see it anymore, but that's not on Mac. It's just the team stinks.
Over and over again. I'd rather listen to Drake May talk than, yeah, my modeling career didn't work out, so,
Well, sounds like Ninkovich thinks Mac Jones is very attractive.
Did Mac almost pull his girl? His wife?
It sounds like it's got to be something like that.
This is more than just you didn't do well for the team that I'm a part of, or I was a part of.
Wait till you hear why he doesn't like him.
Okay.
Yeah, my modeling career didn't work out, so, now I'm back down here in Jacksonville, and
I got to go. My mom's picking me up.
Oh, jokes from the car dealer. Jokes from the
That's funny though.
It is kind of funny.
I laugh
It is. The thought of millionaire Mac Jones sleeping on his parents' couch because he's like
saving money
because he's like every other American under the age of 30. It's funny. It's kind of funny.
30.
But shout out to the car dealer. Hey, instead of making fun of Mac Jones, why don't you get me a favorable APR and a Hyundai?
I can still do business with you if I don't like you if the price is right.
The price is right. But I don't want to know about football from you. I want to know about anti-lock braking system, sir.
Picking me
up. It's just. I'm a nice guy too.
You don't sound very nice at all. Sounds like you're pretty mean, Rob Ninkovich.
And I'm a nice guy too. I'm a nice guy. I'm in a bike club.
Never mind. He's in a bike club. You must be a nice guy. Must be nice.
I'm in a bike club. I needed some more.
You needed some more testicular fortitude, says Rob Ninkovich.
Interesting.
Certainly the Neanderthal linebacker wants a more manly quarterback.
I would love to know his thoughts on the missteps by his coach with Mac Jones. I doubt we have a clip where it's as strong or as
never
off the beaten path.
Never.
And maybe rightfully so. I mean, he won Super Bowls under the guy in Bill
as
Belichick.
As a member of a team.
Yeah. No, also. Yeah.
Ninkovich wasn't leading the team to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And more importantly, Bill Belichick, you said greatest coach, and I can agree with that. But defensively, I mean, is he one of the best, if not the best, because of the accolades that he's been able to acquire, meaning Super Bowls, but even with his time with the Giants and being the defensive coordinator with the Super Bowls that he won there, the two that he won
the
there.
Browns, sure.
So the amount of stability or at least trust that every defensive player has had who's come to New England under Coach Belichick, I don't care who has defensive coordinator or I'm that person, even though Coach Belichick is calling the plays, whatever that is, you have confidence in what's being done there scheme-wise, what they're telling you to do for this particular team because of Coach Belichick. And then you look at Mac Jones, he didn't have that kind of stability.
Not even close to it. Forget stability. He didn't even have playmakers. You're not cutting anybody off. He didn't have play callers. He had a defensive coordinator as the offensive coach. And according to reports, when they did a poor job of explaining the offense, he would go ask them afterwards, hey, can you please help me better understand this? And they'd say, just run the play. How's that teaching?
Yeah.
This kid was left abandoned, essentially. So I don't understand the anger there. Well, it turns out Rob Ninkovich decided to clear the air today. Rob Ninkovich called in to another radio show up there.
Okay.
WEEI.
He's still talking hard. Here we go.
And they were asking him, hey, what's the deal? Why are you threatening to beat up Mac Jones? And he's like, no, this is all quotes. I don't have the audio. He goes, I wasn't threatening to beat him up. I was just giving him a verbal slap. I'll slap the blank out of him verbally. And so he said he was just making fun of him. He goes, actually, I said I hope he has a great career and makes a lot of money.
As a backup.
Stop trying to play everybody, Rob. You're not a smart guy.
Does he think he comes off now like he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room?
He really comes off like he thinks he's tricking everybody.
Absolute, like, idiotic response. I'm trying to figure out, Aaron, am I still, like, jumping in before I find out what was the actual thing that caused the beef other than lack of production?
Quote, I guess my frustration, and this is what the impersonation was, just at a certain point, you just want production, and it felt like it was constant over and over, the same, Ninkovich said. Brian, Ninkovich left the league in 2016. He's not a player. He's not a coach, not an analyst. He was hired at NFL Network, but lasted a year. So he's clearly not good at this anyway. He's literally just a fan, and he got tired of Mac Jones trying to make excuses for his team. That is the entirety of the beef. The entirety.
Clown show.
What a loser.
Huh? Red nose.
Get a job.
Big red shoes.
Go work at your friend's car dealership.
He driving a small car?
Instead of doing the podcast. Yeah, go work at the car dealership. Work at the finance office.
You need to buy him one of them little flowers that squirt the water out.
That's
what
my
do you
theme
mean?
song, what you're doing right now.
Really?
Be careful. You're on
I wish
cloud.
we had it ready right now for Rob Ninkovich. What is that?
Clown shoes.
I thought that he had some insider information from
Nothing.
Coach Mayo. Like, hey, listen, let me tell you what this kid did.
Nope.
No. They didn't win enough. So listen, there are 52 other guys there, and then a practice squad full of people. And let's go with the coaching staff. You better get these impersonations, ready to go, because you got other guys that you got to roast. Like, oh boy, I tell you what, man,
it's wild.
Clown show,
unbelievable. Speaking of clown show, can we talk for a second about the Jaguars' offensive play calling situation? Because this is what I'll say. I know we're going to break soon. I'll make this point. We'll go to break. We'll listen to the cuts because I'm so tired of this. In this respect, I'm not tired of talking about it. I feel like I could talk about it forever.
Okay.
I'm tired of the fact that we're making this into a clown show. Doug has essentially turned it into LeBron's special. Oh. This is basically I'm taking my talents to the sideline.
Yeah.
This is the equivalent.
Mm.
Let me run down a list for you. Maybe it takes a little long to do this. I'm not sure. Brian, just hang with me, okay? I'm not trying to trick you or anything. We are going to run down all 32 teams in the NFL quickly, right? Okay. We're going to be looking at the head coaches who are offensive-minded and who is doing the play calling on their teams. I will skip the teams with a defensive head coach. For instance, the New York Jets are head coached by Bob Saleh or Robert Saleh, depending on how Aaron Rodgers feels about him in the moment. That is a defensive-minded head coach. And so his play caller is his offensive coordinator. We're going to stick to the offensive-minded head coaches, okay? We'll skip Buffalo because the coach is a defense guy. Miami, offensive-minded head coach Mike McDaniel. He's calling the plays. New England, Mayo is defense. The Jets, solid defense. The Ravens, you have Harbaugh, who is really special teams. So he's got an offensive coordinator calling the plays. Bengals, offensive coach Zach Taylor, calling the plays. Browns, offensive coach Kevin Stefanski, he's calling the plays. Pittsburgh, defensive coach, you got an offensive coordinator calling the plays. Texans, defensive coach, offensive coordinator calling the plays. Colts, offensive coach, he's calling the plays. Titans, offensive head coach, he's calling the plays.
Interesting.
Broncos, Sean Payton, offensive head coach, he's calling the plays.
Oh.
Chiefs, Andy Reid, offensive coach.
What are you doing?
He's calling the plays.
What?
Raiders have Antonio Pierce, defensive guy, not calling the plays.
Okay.
Chargers have a defensive guy in Harbaugh. He's got an offensive coordinator, Greg Roman, calling the plays.
Okay.
Cowboys, offensive head coach McCarthy. He's calling the plays. Giants, offensive head coach Dable. He's calling the plays. Eagles, defensive head coach. Commanders, defensive head coach. Bears, defensive head coach. The Packers, offensive head coach, Matt LaFleur, he's calling the plays. Vikings, offensive head coach, Kevin O'Connell, he's calling the plays. Falcons, defensive head coach. Panthers, offensive head coach, who's calling the plays, Brian? The coach is calling the plays.
Yeah.
Saints, defensive head coach. Bucks, defensive head coach. Cardinals, defensive head coach. Rams, Sean McVay, offensive head coach. He's calling the plays.
Good for him.
Niners, Shanahan, offensive head coach. He's calling the plays. Seahawks, defensive head coach. I left out 2 teams on that list.
Yeah.
The 2 teams I left out are the only teams with offensive guys as a head coach who are not calling the plays. On the Lions, you have Dan Campbell, who was a tight end in the league and has Ben Johnson as his offensive coordinator. Forget the fact for a second that Ben Johnson is probably the best offensive coordinator in the league right now. Forget about the fact that he was courted by 5 teams as an offensive, as a head coach.
He was.
All right? Forget all of that. The reality is Dan Campbell came into the league as a coach to be a coach, not to be a play caller. His very first job, he's an assistant coach. And then they make him the tight ends coach after. He leaves to become an assistant coach again.
Yeah.
And then after that, he becomes a head coach. He's not a play caller. So he is the lone unicorn because that leaves one guy in the entire NFL who is an offensive head coach, play calling head coach, former quarterback who refuses to call plays for the team. And that's Doug Pederson. That's Doug Pederson.
Wow.
Literally one of 32 if you count Dan Campbell. I think it's a different scenario there.
Man.
Now, look, if we had the best offensive coordinator in the league, no doubt about it. I don't think anyone's giving Doug Pederson a hard time. But that's not what this is. The one guy not doing it.
Not doing it.
You got to wonder if that's changing. We'll hear from Doug on if it's changing when we come back on the Aaron Schachter Show. 904-362-9901. Couple of minutes and back on ESPN 690.
Aaron Ninkovich.
In a city full of sound bites and spin, old stale takes, and the same old news, there is a show that dares to ask the tough questions. A show that cuts through the noise to reveal the truth.
It's the latest in wife-girlfriend side chick news.
The Aaron Schachter Show. Prepare to be challenged and entertained.
It is important for me to have you close the loop in Boo Boo Gate 2024.
For this is not just a show, it's an experience. With razor-sharp wit and fearless curiosity, Aaron Schachter takes on any topic at any time.
Hey, where on the rundown was the Geechee talk?
Brace yourself for shocking revelations and explosive debates.
I'm in my 40s now. It's all in the belly. The belly and the bosom.
Enlightened entertainment. From a new perspective, this is the Aaron Schachter Show.
Ow, looking at me, steamed up your glasses.
Monday through Fridays on ESPN 690.
At the Home Depot, we know you can't control everything, like when your guests arrive too early for Saturday college football. But you can control your grill. With the Traeger Timberline XL, you can watch the game, not the grill. Monitor your football feast from anywhere using the Traeger app. With the Timberline XL, you can bake, smoke, sear, fry, and saute. That's Desmond Howard level versatility.
Huddle up, the food's done.
Defend your game time with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
Main office, Jacksonville.
Hey guys, it's Aaron from the Aaron Schachter Show, and I've just linked up with my friends over at Underdog Fantasy. Over 1 million fans got in the game with Underdog last year, so I was hoping to be one of those people. But what you learn so quickly is that Underdog isn't just about football. So many things are going down in the Underdog Fantasy app. I hopped on the app and I realized that they had projected stats for the hot dog eating contest. So I was pretty sure that Joey Chestnut was going to go above his projection, and I was pretty sure Kobayashi was going higher than his projection. Made a quick little $15 on a hot dog eating contest. What a world. Listen, man, Underdog is super fun to play, and it's easy to get started. Go to their easy-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with the promo code TASS, and Underdog's going to give you a special to use on your first contest and a deposit offer. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code TASS to claim your new customer offer of a mystery special, plus a first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Advisory services through Talon Private Wealth and SEC registered investment advisor. Florida license D056341.
On Guarding Your Nest Egg Radio, Mike Lester, founder of Talon Wealth, focuses on a key question many share. Do I have enough to retire?
For starters, we'll do the math for you. But to me, it's really more about lifestyle. I want to find out what's important to you. I want to find out what your expenses are. And then I'm going to give you a realistic expectation moving forward of how your money needs to be invested to accomplish your goals in retirement.
Get to know Mike at guardingyournestegg.com.
Snyderman, can you move things in your mind?
Nope.
Did you read our minds?
I got nothing. Were you thinking of nothing?
No. So, what makes you a superhero?
I can tell if you should repair or replace your air conditioning system.
If it's time to replace your air conditioning unit, Snyder can help. Get 0% interest if you pay in full within 60 months. Visit SnyderAC.com and get the details in a flash.
Flash? I think you mean Snyderman.
CAC 1813307.
Ronald McDonald House Charities of Jacksonville is celebrating 35 years of supporting the health and well-being of critically ill children and their families who need to be near a hospital. To learn more, visit rmhcjacksonville.org.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition smart bed. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards going to see your favorite team in the playoffs. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can go see your favorite team in the playoffs. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but we cannot guarantee that your favorite team will make the playoffs or even finish with a winning record. They could easily lose more than half their games and finish in the cellar because they stink badly and haven't made the playoffs in years. Savings? Very possible. Playoffs? Highly doubtful. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. We cannot be held liable for your favorite team's terrible and frankly embarrassing performances now or ever.
Hey, you.
What's good, my boy?
Connect with us on Instagram. Search for @ESPN 690 Jax and check out the latest sports news. We're ESPN 690.
What?
We are ESPN 690.
As long as we tracking.
Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio.
Welcome back. It's the Aaron Schachter Show. Come on, Brian, pump it now. 904-362-9901. Bringing it to you today. We're just talking about Doug Pederson, his resistance to play calling, Brian. I don't understand it. I don't think we're ever going to really learn what it's been about. I don't know. I don't think so. We heard Doug toying with us the other day while we were off. They asked him for an update on the play caller. He goes, oh, we're getting close. Then he tells the media, maybe you'll never know. Wah-ha-ha-ha. I mean, that's all cute until we get to the actual answer. And then we don't like what we hear. So right away, they get to business with Doug at this press conference. He has to know. Every time he gets to the mic until he makes this decision, this will be what people are talking about. Straight up. Have you decided who's calling plays on Sunday?
Still working through that. Press and I are still, talking about it.
How long is this conversation? This is the longest conversation ever. They've been literally negotiating the Hamas-Israel ceasefire for less time than this conversation has been going on between Doug Pederson and Press Taylor.
Hamas and Israel, huh? Aaron Schachter, I might have missed that. I thought there was going to be an actual response. What did Coach Pederson say?
You missed it? It was
Still working through that. Press and I are still, talking about it.
It's a long time, Brian. Don't expect. No. Oh, whoa.
Whoa, my bad.
Time out.
My bad.
Cut it out. We are at week 1, Brian.
Yeah.
How could you possibly expect the answer right now?
What would be your follow-up? Like, what are y'all talking about? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I'll be like, what topics did you cover today, guys?
Chapter 8 of this conversation.
Yeah. Hey, when was the last time you guys met to continue this conversation, if you're still talking about it? Where did you leave the comments at? Did you turn? Now she can talk. Yeah. You turned her mic on. Go
I'm
ahead.
just asking, why is it taking so long? What's the problem?
It's a good question.
Hey, you should go down to the presser and ask just like that.
Doug's going to be like, bad reception. We're just, it's a dead cell spot. Just got to move to like the doorway sometimes, and then the call drops. It just takes a long time. You'd be like, oh, we'd love to continue the conversation, but my internet is dial-up still. And so the text takes a long time to get across. And then Press will send me a funny picture, and then it goes bloop, bloop, bloop as it loads up on the screen. It's very complicated, guys. Very complicated. Longest conversation ever.
Yeah, man, they're really discussing.
There was literally a congressperson who filibustered for like 70 hours 30 years ago. This conversation is longer than that. Unbelievable that this is still happening.
Before you go further, is this more now you're agitated, or is there any sense of like worry here, like nobody's taking this by the reins?
Zero worry.
Because you think it's already been figured. He's just, like you
Months ago, the answer was done. Months ago. I believe
I got you.
When Doug and Schott actually had their meeting that we've all heard about, I believe Doug told him then, Press is going to be calling plays. Maybe he even said, I don't think I'm going to say it publicly until we get closer, but Press is calling plays. I find it hard to believe he's looking at his boss or his boss's boss, and he's like, still having the conversation, boss. We're still talking about it.
I don't know.
The boss is like, oh, my $1 billion franchise with questions in the air? No big deal.
Yeah, a couple billion.
Have the conversation, guys. Hey, look, there's a great coffee shop down the block. Pop a squat.
I got to run down to the courthouse anyway. I got to
know what I mean?
see this dude that stole $20 million from me. So you talk more about it.
I got a yacht parking ticket I got to handle down at the courthouse. You guys finish up without me. No, it's already been decided. I'm convinced. Because here's the other side of it, guys. What is the debate? What is the thing that is taking them a while to figure it out? What is the holdup?
Yeah, that's the follow-up. I want to know.
If we know Doug likes when Press calls the plays, and we know Doug prefers this because he has chosen it, what is the other side? Someone asked that follow-up. We know the reasons why you want Press calling plays. What are the reasons you don't?
Whole room uncomfortable.
Because I'll tell you what, if he goes, there are no reasons, then it's not a decision. Hey, if there are no reasons, why haven't you just made the decision already? Your boss said it was your choice. Just a whole bowl of nonsense. Nonsense.
If I asked him at a press conference if he was being truthful at the podium, would I get kicked out?
I don't think you'd get kicked out, but you might not get invited back.
Oh.
They wouldn't make a scene, but very much behind the scenes, I'm sure they'd be like, well, turn off that key card.
Okay.
I'll tell you what they'd say to your face. They'd say it's gamesmanship. They'd say they're preventing the Dolphins from being able to game plan.
Oh, I don't know. I think if you're just looking at the offense, and studying that, the coordinators are looking at personnel. They're looking at, formations, motion shifts, just like we do offensively. And I don't think it's really any.
Just searching. Any words. Maybe this is why the conversation with Press takes so long. Because Doug can't put a sentence together that makes any sense on it.
Motion ship. I got to look that up.
Sierra and Schachter Show. A couple of minutes for the Sports Center update. I'm going to take a Prozac and just chillax. I'm going to calm down. Maybe do a little fruz papa. A little aura searching meditation. Sierra and Schachter Show.
Have you seen your financial freedom wiped out by stock market volatility? It's Rich Jones. Consider investing in real estate funds from DLP Capital. Don Winter is CEO and founder.
DLP Capital has provided our investors with consistent double-digit returns by investing in cash-flowing residential real estate. For more than a decade, we have had zero losses, little volatility, and have shot above our return targets in all of our investment funds. Plus, we offer monthly distributions and tax shelter opportunities.
To get your investor's guide and learn more, dial **invest on your cell phone or visit highyieldreturns.net.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
September is National Recovery Month, and the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs is raising awareness of substance use resources for veterans.
I'm Dr. Joseph Liberto, National Mental Health Director, Substance Use Disorders at VA. We want veterans to know that any time is the right time to start recovery. From outpatient care and residential rehabilitation to evidence-based treatments and harm reduction services, veterans can receive world-class support at VA.
Visit www.va.gov/recovery.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a dust bunny breeder from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Steve Johnson. Welcome to the show, Steve.
It's great to be here, Alex.
Yeah, you don't have to answer in the form of a question, Steve.
What is this game show?
See, that's another question.
Are you going to ask me about air conditioners?
Yeah, okay. How about we just send the Bueller guys over and you can annoy them with all your questions? Johnny?
That's right, Steve. Bueller Air and Plumbing can answer all your air conditioning questions, repair options, replacement models, and how to make your AC last longer while saving electricity, making sure you are cool.
Where is the parking lot?
You're killing me, Steve.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
If you want to know why Arlington, rent a Toyota. That's why. It's not just a rental, it's a Toyota. Need an 8-passenger Sienna van? Rent it. Curious about all the new 2025 Camry features? Rent it. How about a fuel-efficient RAV4? Arlington has 25 in stock and ready to rent. Rent a Toyota at Arlington has plenty of hybrids, too. And Arlington's competitive rental rates make every mile amazing. Just go to arlingtontoyota.com and reserve your rental online today.
Hi, I'm Mike Lester, the founder of Talon Wealth and the host of the Guarding Your Nest Egg radio show. Like you, I love this country, and I'm very thankful for those that protect us along with our freedoms. That's why for active military and active first responders, if you decide to work with us, Talon Wealth isn't going to charge you any advisor fees. We're happy to explain all the details, but most importantly, thank you for your service.
Visit guardingyournestegg.com to find out more.
Advisory services through Talon Private Wealth and SEC Registered Investment Advisor. Lord License D056341.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Studios, Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio.
Sports Center.
I'm Christine Lisi. Hopes raised in Cincinnati that receiver Jaguar Chase will play in Sunday's season opener against the Patriots. He took part in the first official practice of game week in individual drills today. He was a hold-in during training camp amid a contract stalemate. The Bengals should pay Chase as soon as possible, advises our Harry Douglas.
Listen, we all think Jaguar Chase should go ahead and get his money now, because if you don't pay him the money right now instantly, it's only going to be more down the line. Yesterday's price is not today's price. So if I'm Mike Brown, I'm saying to myself, well, let me go ahead and get this done, because you also are tampering with the Super Bowl contending window.
Titans receiver DeAndre Hopkins returned to practice today, did participate. Hopkins, who suffered a knee injury in late July, could be available against the Bears on Sunday. Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts says he has no concerns about his tweaked hamstring and will play versus the Steelers this week. Brazil says it's tightened security ahead of Friday's Packers-Eagles game amid player safety concerns. LSU running back John Emery expected to miss the rest of the season with a torn ACL.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's thick and rich lather gives you a close, comfortable shave for just half the price of gels.
Hello,
Hello, thanks for calling the Crooks R Us support line with your tip of the day.
Beware, this is the time of year you'll see more and more Safe Touch security signs as we draw closer to back to school.
And you might ask yourself, who are these folks turning to Safe Touch security this time of year? And the answer's simple. Parents.
See, parents love it because Safe Touch gives them a notification the moment Junior gets home from school.
And with video monitoring, parents can also see who happens to be with their precious little angel.
So basically, the kids are never home alone.
And the parents are never away from home.
Therefore, expect to see more Safe Touch houses this summer.
And more than ever, remember to stick to the Crooks R Us golden rule. Stay away from Safe Touch houses.
Remember that, and you too will stay out of the slammer.
No alarm system gives you peace of mind like SafeTouch. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson of SafeTouch Security Systems. No one beats our technology or our price.
For a limited time, get a new SafeTouch system at $0 down with a free video doorbell. Plus, add an indoor camera for just $49. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-1945.
Who is this guy? Aaron Shafting? What is it? Oh, Schachter? Schachter. Okay. Shack Attack. Schachter. He gets shacked. But I digress. Here we go.
Ready? Yeah. Turn up your radio.
The Aaron Schachter Show on ESPN 690.
Welcome back to the Aaron Schachter Show, 904-362-9901. I feel much better now, Brian, after that rant. I'm not the ranting type. I like to joke, throw little jokes around. I like to hoot and holler, maybe. But it's short outbursts. I've just reached my absolute limit when it comes to Doug Pederson and the play calling conversation. And so I'm looking to get a little insight on that here in a few seconds. But also, Brian, just a little tease. Your birthday present came in. I'm holding it right here in my hands. If you're on the video stream, you can see it. We'll unveil that in a little bit. You can be so happy to finally get your present. I got to say, for someone in Camila Cardosa who charges $5,000 for a corporate video message to your friends and family, you'd think they could spend a little more money on making the T-shirt. But oh boy, is this thing a little scratchy. It's like you're wearing a bag of wool. I hope you enjoy it. Happy birthday, Brian. I do want to welcome a new friend, though, to the Aaron Schachter Show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michael France to ESPN 690. Mike's the new kid in town over at the Jaguars on SI. You can find Mike on Twitter as well at Michael France SI. Mike, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Now, is it okay if I call you Mike? I didn't necessarily ask you for permission before. I just assumed there.
Oh, Mike and Michael, interchangeable.
Because there's a Mike France for Congress. I'm assuming that's not you out in Connecticut.
No, not quite. I stick to sports.
Okay. It would be cool if it was. Have a friend in the Congress. That'd be great. I'm calling you to pull some strings. Yeah. In any case, Mike, I had you on to talk about the piece that you wrote over at Jaguars on SI, and it's titled, National Media Shows Complete Disrespect for the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's almost as if you're listening to all of us out here, Mike.
Well, yeah, you see all these feeds that are completely overlooking what I feel, and as we will explain, will likely be a playoff team.
Yeah, so I guess the essence of the article was born out of these win total estimations. And we're seeing a lot of it from a lot of different outlets, but basically anywhere you look, the Jaguars are slated to win roughly 8 or so games, 8-ish, somewhere between 8 and 9. A lot of people have them going 9 and 8. Some people have them even going 8 and 9. Very few publications have them winning 10 or more games, although I did see a story in The Athletic today, another one of these polls where they ask people around the league how they feel about teams, and it does have the Jaguars slotted there in the 8th position. But that's not national media analysts. Those are other football players who look at this roster and they go, hey, the Jags are cooking with something here. And that's kind of the point you made about this team that was just in the playoffs 2 years ago, was it not?
No, correct. And then, you got to remember, this is also a team that started last season red hot, 8-3. Obviously, the injury bug kind of bit them, and then tied that with some poor performance. And, of course, they, fell to 9-8. And obviously, it's the tale of 2 9-8s. But all things considered, this team is looking great. I mean, got a great receiving core, or at least a good receiving core. with Christian Kirk obviously coming back, and then you got Gabe Davis, which was a good signing, and Brian Thomas Jr., that first-round pick. He's going to get the ball a lot this year. You consider the weapons at Trevor Lawrence's disposal. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence is your franchise guy. That's one big piece of the puzzle that not every franchise has. And Lawrence, whether people want to admit it or not, is a generational talent. And his timetable, his clock might have been set back a little bit with that first year under Urban Meyer. And obviously, Doug Pederson comes in and rejuvenates everything, gets them to the playoffs. They win a playoff game. So that's the thing. This team is resilient. They got key pieces all over on offense. And obviously, the defensive side of the ball might be really the only question mark, specifically the secondary.
So normally I'm extremely patient when it comes to a guy like Doug Pederson. I believe he's a really good football coach. I believe he's an even better play caller. One of the storylines that's been plaguing at least the media in the offseason has been who will be calling plays on the Jacksonville Jaguars offensive side of the ball for this season. It became a story last year when Doug said he was ceding the play calling to Press Taylor. And then what didn't help was that the offense was putting up clunkers nearly for the entire season. Even during the 8-3 run, Mike, it did not look tremendous for the Jacksonville Jaguars on offense. Rather, the defense was really the stalwarts at the beginning of the season, getting turnovers and really putting up some stingy play. That being said, I don't think Doug has done himself any favors here coming into this season, still playing guess who when it comes to the play calling. If you had to speculate, because I'm assuming you don't know the actual reason, if you had to speculate, what would be the reason why Doug Pederson wouldn't just come off the decision at this point?
You know, you would almost wonder if it's about teams understanding his approach to play calling as opposed to Press Taylor, and maybe he wants to, and their two philosophies and their two ways of play calling. You almost wonder if that's the strategy to kind of keep people off guard, so nobody's kind of preparing to see to handle something from a Doug Pederson script or a Press Taylor script. You know, you almost wonder if it is going to be Doug Pederson. You could argue this is a hot seat kind of season. Jed Kahn obviously said it's a win now. Doug Pederson echoed that on Monday, and you almost wonder if it's going to be in Doug Pederson's hands to win now.
And we have seen Shad make comments earlier in the season, not specifically saying he wants Doug to be making the play calls, but he did imply that he has an opinion, and he has let the head coach know the opinion, and he's not going to let the media know the opinion. To me, that's a Doug Pederson vote, because if it was a Press Taylor vote, it wouldn't be an argument. Doug wouldn't have to defend anything. Doug would just have Press calling the plays, and if he decided to take it back, he would take it back. He wouldn't even need to make the announcement. So I don't really understand the game that's being played there, and I've got to wonder if it affects anybody else at all. Like, do you think Trevor is sitting there with any kind of uncertainty whatsoever, or do you think this is more old hat to these guys than it is for us?
I would say it might be more old hat. At the end of the day, the philosophy of this team, this balanced offense that wants to go vertical and really just eat up clock and manage the ball. You know, the ball is going to be spread around a lot this year regardless, you get the feeling. And there's so many weapons. You know, at the end of the day, I think someone like a Trevor Lawrence is going to be ready regardless of the play caller. As in terms of frustration, no clue there. But, yeah, you get the sense this team will be ready.
All right, Michael France over at Jaguars on SI writing a ton of new content, it seems like, every day. You guys have a ton of content just coming out constantly. How many articles are you guys writing a day over there?
We are writing anywhere from 12 to 15 articles a day, 100% free, no paywalls, free content. We upload videos, press conferences, interviews too, all 100% free on our site. Just bringing you the best, the premier, and the most Jaguars coverage in the area.
That's
and
right.
all over.
And one of our favorite friends of the show, John Shipley, over there as well. We appreciate you coming on the show, Michael France. Thank you for all the work you do. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the Jacksonville Jaguars bandwagon. I'm not sure if you've been here before, but there's lots of room for others if you want to bring anybody with you.
Sounds awesome. I cannot wait, and looking forward to talking to you again.
All right, man. That's Michael France right there. You can find him on Twitter at Michael France SI. Man, this Doug Pederson thing has really got me lit up. I didn't even know I was upset about it until I started talking about it. I just don't get it. After going through every team in the league, after looking at every offensive-minded head coach in the entire league, and Doug is legit, like, technically, essentially the only guy. I got to imagine Shad's doing that too.
Yeah.
I got to imagine Shad's looking at it going, come on. Look at it. Look at Press's brother. You're not going to do like he does? Come on, guys.
You're so petty for that line, man.
Just saying. Do like him. What's that?
I thought that Michael France guy from SI would have an accent, but he didn't.
Because his last name was France?
Correct.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
Oui.
You're pretty good at this, I think. You're pretty good at this. Back to the Doug Pederson questions. So they asked him who's going to call plays on Sunday. They asked him, is there any advantage gamesmanship-wise on Miami not knowing whether it's him or Press, and that answer was a non-answer as well. And then the only other question to ask is basically, look, Press Taylor's been on the sidelines during the preseason, right? He was calling the plays from the field as opposed to the box up in the sky. How's that been working? Is that better for you guys or what?
I mean, it's better because we can be face to face, and there's conversations that he and I can have.
He's so resistant. He is so resistant to say yes. Something we did is good or bad, and I think it's because he doesn't want to get called out for if it goes the other way.
Yeah.
Like, what's the excuse for not taking a side?
He might be petty. Now, and I know you appreciate a good petty person.
Okay,
though,
but
Aaron.
how's that apply here? The question was, has it been good for you with him on the sideline? He goes, well, it's good because it's face-to-face. Well, if that was the only reason why it was good, Brian, why make a big deal out of it in the first place?
He's afraid of commitment.
Yeah, it may be that. Or, Aaron, here's the deal. Like you said, there could be a little bit of let me have some wiggle room, or it could be I can see this being a scenario.
Yeah.
God's honest, I can see this being a scenario.
Okay.
I'm tired of the media. But I can't just lash out, and I won't just lash out. I'm a professional, and I understand what comes with the job.
So what's he doing?
Exactly. So in this way, I'm not necessarily like giving you some definitive answer. I'm giving you an answer. It's kind of like tiptoeing around a response.
My question to you is, what is he doing to the media then? What is this?
Well, you guys keep asking the question. You're not getting the questions that you want answered.
You think that hurts the media?
No, but I think that you are genuinely frustrated to a certain degree.
I'll tell you why you're wrong.
And these people are frustrated.
I'll tell you why you're wrong in your assessment. Yes, I am genuinely frustrated.
Yeah.
Yes. But the media wins when he does this. They don't lose.
What do you mean? They don't get the answers that they're searching for.
I'm checking press conferences and articles every day now. I'm on 24-hour watch. I need to know when the decision's made. For what? For what? Because I believe them when they say it's not that big a deal. I believe them. I believe them when they say it's a collaborative system. I believe them when they basically say, or they don't say it, but I believe in my heart of hearts, and honestly, it's Trevor. Like Doug, Press, they make the play call, but Trev is going to the line. Trev is looking at the defense, and if he doesn't like it, who cares what they called from the sideline? He's going with what he needs to.
Okay.
I don't think the decision is as big a deal as everyone is making it out to be.
Highly disagree. Trevor's not, and listen, maybe one day, Trevor's not 2007 Peyton Manning to where he is the offense. Yes, he has control to make audibles to get him out of bad plays, but I think that there's a lot more weight with whoever's calling the plays and Trevor. They trust him enough now.
I'm not buying that as much.
Nah, yeah, I think so.
No, I think in year 4, they're calling plays. Trevor's getting to the line.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not even an audible. Maybe it's a route adjustment or whatever it is. You're not changing the whole play. You're looking at the defense. You're making it yours. That's what they said they wanted him to do this year.
Yeah.
So maybe he's not Peyton at his peak, but obviously he's on the path. That's the way they want him to run the offense. No one's asking Daniel Jones to do this in New York. No one's asking Kyler Murray to do this in Arizona. I'm being serious.
I know you are, but Daniel Jones is like, really? More shots? You're right, though.
But that's what I'm saying. I think they want Trevor to do this. So I don't think it's Doug or Press calling the plays. I think no matter who gets chosen, I think all of them are calling it.
It's an interesting take.
I believe it.
If you have that many people calling it, do you have anybody calling it? Is that too many hands in the pot?
Well, to the point, I do think you have an originating voice. And that's what the question is. Is it Doug or Press? And I don't think Doug wants to focus on it. Look, I've been there. I can relate. I got a job, but then I got all these other jobs that I don't have a title for.
Oh.
I would love to just focus on the main job.
Oh. Preach.
It's not how 2024 works.
It's not how 2024 works. Aaron Schachter.
Doug's got to be head coach. He's got to be offensive coordinator. And quite frankly, some nights, he's got to be the security guard. He's got to be the chauffeur. He's got to be the ball boy.
Nah, he said that's where it stops now.
He goes, the pension isn't that good for the ball boy
He's
stuff.
like, nah, we got people for that. We got people for that.
All right. Well, they asked Trevor about it, too. Trevor was out there talking about the process in terms of the play calling and stuff like that. And so you got to imagine that his opinion matters just as much, if not just slightly less than maybe Doug's does. Like, I get there has to be a final decision made. But if Trev is into or not into something, it's got to influence Doug Pederson. Doug's not doing something that's going to make his quarterback miserable. They asked Trevor, what do you think about having Press on the sideline this year?
I think it'll be good. You know, I said early on, besides just being able to communicate faster, I don't really know how much will change. I think it'll be good, and, you know, he'll be able to.
I think it'll be good. I don't know how much will change. I think it'll be good. Two things being said right there to me. All right. Number one, Press Taylor, the belief is that Press Taylor's calling those plays. Why else keep him on the sideline? Number two, Trev doesn't think it's going to make a difference. I think it'll be good, but also I don't really know how it's going to change things. That's what he said.
Really know how much will change. I think it'll be good, and, you know, he'll be able to feel the game. It's just different being in the box. I'm sure I haven't been up there, but you're separated from the players.
How many wins is that worth? It's just different. Is that 3 wins? 1.5? How many wins?
Separated from the players and the game on field, and it feels a little bit different being out there. So it could bring a new element. I think it'll be good to be able to run over there and talk to him face-to-face instead of, you know, through a headset or through a coach that has a headset on, because, you know.
So convenience is a thing. That's a thing. That's fine. Convenience is good.
Has a headset on because, you know, I'm not keeping my helmet on when I'm on the sideline. So that communication, I think, will be even sharper. But besides that, you know, I don't think it'll change too much. But I think it'll be good for us, if anything.
He thinks it's positive. Doesn't know how it's going to change it, but it's positive.
I think he's bored with the question. I think he's just making up stuff to say.
Well, I think they're all bored with the question, but I don't think they're just making stuff up. I do think they're trying not to insult anybody. It's like a minefield. Because you can insult Press Taylor by saying you want Doug, but you can insult Doug by saying you want Press. And then, quite frankly, even without the insults, it's like you all want to be on the same page. There's this like necessity for every message coming out of the organization to be on the same syllable. And like, I get it as a corporate organization, but also just talk to us, guys.
But
what's the problem?
You know, in one aspect that I don't know how big of a effect that this could have, we keep talking about the main purpose, right? The main thing of the play calling with Trevor, because he's going to have his hand on the ball the most out there, and Doug and Press. Is there any benefit? Is there any change in that convenience of like face-to-face direct communication for the other offensive players to be able to go straight to Press? I know they got their own coaches. I understand that everybody has a headset, and they've siloed off in certain ways so that they can be more efficient in getting a message out, right? But having that access for the other 10 guys who are on the field, even if it's a quick, hey, listen, versus me getting on a headset or versus me telling my positional coach, however that chain of command and order goes when Press is in the box, I can go straight to him for 5 to 10 seconds and be like, no, this is how I'm seeing it. Is that going to be more beneficial, even if for Trevor it doesn't really change, you know, the communication style?
I think it'll be more beneficial in the same way that I think people working in an office together is better than people working remotely. And maybe not for every job. Maybe an accountant doesn't necessarily need to be in the office. But when you are on a team, whether it's a football team or like a business team, and it requires people working together to accomplish something, it's always better face-to-face. Always. Always. So it's not a shock. It's fine. And by the way, it's not just Trevor who's going to benefit. You don't think Brian Thomas Jr. is going to get to, like, bend the ear of the offensive coordinator or hear feedback from that guy?
Yeah.
Like, it's going to benefit other people. Fine. But who's calling the plays? Who's calling them? Just answer it. Doug Pederson has made this a bigger deal than it needs to be. That's how I feel about it. He's known. I'm convinced. He's told his boss. I am convinced. He's told his offensive coordinator and his quarterback. I am convinced. His general manager knows. Media is the odd one out. We're the dummies waiting around. Duck, duck, goose.
Oh, great game.
Someone's got to tap us on the head at some point.
If they act like they don't care, then maybe they'll tell them. That's the way it usually works. Just act like you don't care.
They said show up to the game on Sunday.
Can you run through this insight again?
Okay, here we go.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it just, act like you don't care who's calling the plays. I don't care.
Who should act like we don't care?
The media. We should be like, oh, we don't care. Just whatever you got going on. That's fine. And then Doug be like, well, let me tell you. I mean, maybe, it's kind of like, when you're dating somebody, just act like you don't care.
This is okay. Hold on. This is where I thought we were going. This is where I thought we were going. Breaking news.
Who cares the least wins.
Yeah. You are not great at putting up facades. Do you know the word facade?
Yes,
you are not great at this. So basically, what Michelle is talking about is how she plays hard to get in a relationship.
No.
This is what Michelle's talking about.
My boy.
She's basically saying, if I act like I don't care, then the guy will give me what I want.
No, I use that logic with my child too. Oh, what? You don't want to eat dinner tonight?
Maybe
Fine,
you shouldn't
I don't
use
care.
dating logic on your child. What's wrong with you?
Hold on, man. Not dating logic. It's just overall life logic.
Why are you withholding food from your child?
I'm not. He'll be like, "Oh, I'm not hungry." I'm like, "Okay, fine. Don't eat. I don't care."
Should I dump it? I mean, it's too late. It's been 8 seconds now.
Could you imagine Thibodeau's kid being like, Mom, I want food. I'm getting food tonight.
No, they're not.
Okay.
No, it's like, okay, time to eat dinner. Nah, I'm not hungry. I'm playing this video game. I'm not hungry. Okay, fine.
Brian
don't
will
eat.
be home.
I don't care.
He'll be calling Michelle Thibodeau. Hey, are your kids eating tonight?
No, they're not.
Oh, all right.
I'm just saying sometimes, you just be like,
no, I don't know. Break it down for me.
That's what I'm saying.
You had a call, by the way. I forgot.
Is it Thibodeau talking about her kids' dinner eats?
No, they're not.
Let's go to the phone
It's just an
lines.
example.
Let's go to the phone lines. It's the Aaron Schachter Show, 904-362-9901. Who is on the phone?
Aaron Schachter, what's going on, man? It's David.
Yeah, David. You know what's funny is before the show started, I said to Brian, I was like, we're getting it till this David call today because old man Geechee over here has got to stomp on the grave of FSU and UF.
I'm telling you, man, there's some, so you think you got it bad here in Jacksonville. Let me tell you, man, do you see who's on the sidelines at Arkansas again?
Is it Bobby Petrino? Who's on the sidelines at Arkansas games?
Yes. Bobby Petrino, who got ran out of there about 10 years ago because of his shenanigans, is back calling plays. And I guarantee you, it don't work out for head coach out there. This guy might be stepping right back into the place where he left.
So,
I don't know, man.
Wait a second. So you're saying he would go where?
Well, he go back to the head coach as Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
He was there.
Okay.
He got run out
I thought you meant he was going to FSU or UF. I'm like, all right. Bobby Petrino, though, I don't think Bobby Petrino got run out of Arkansas. I thought he left like in the middle of the night to go coach, what was it, the Falcons, and then he left the Falcons in like the middle of the night to come back to college.
Well, he had the co-ed on the back of his motorcycle. They got in an accident, and he had some explaining to do.
Yeah, he did.
So he did leave with his tail tucked. Whether he left in the middle of the night or not.
Fair enough.
So sure.
Fair enough. That motorcycle accident from back in 2012. I understand. Wild time for Coach Bobby Petrino in 2012 with a co-ed on the back of the bike.
Quick question. David, is there a Bobby Petrino riding a motorcycle on top of whatever you're inside right now?
I thought he might have been.
Rain, or is
I
that
thought he might
pebbles?
have been inside of a tin house during a hailstorm.
Well, they got you at today, David.
I am sitting in a rainstorm.
I know, man.
On the edge of the woods.
Yeah, man.
So,
yeah.
One more thing, real quick. I'll
Sure.
let y'all go so I don't stop.
Sure.
So I read an article the other day. 18 out of the last 20 seasons, a college football team started the preseason ranked in top 10, finished outside the top 25. So we already got number 19 in the books with Florida State. I mean, they're cooked.
They are cooked.
And they are done. I hate it, but, it is what it is. Hey, I just wanted to bring the temperature down a little bit, get off of the who's calling the plays roundabout here. And,
For sure.
Get yourself figured out.
I appreciate the call. Till this, David. Thank you so much. The funny part about FSU straw, it's not so funny for Mike Norvell, but I'm seeing articles around the internet going, how much is this Mike Norvell buyout? It's like, guys,
crazy.
You signed him to the contract 35 minutes ago.
It's crazy.
He had to rebuild the whole team this offseason. Maybe you let it cook a little bit. I get it. You don't like DJ Ukulele. I get it.
Yo, man.
I get it. Fine.
Yeah.
They'll figure something else out. You talk about banishing Norvell. He's the best coach you had there in over a decade.
Yeah, you want me to go get Willie Taggart? You want me to go get Taggart again? I bet not. I think not.
Sports fans, man, we are fickle. Now, Billy Napier might be another story.
Well, you see how he tried to cook people who live with their parents in a basement? First of all, now that we've got my living arrangements out in the open, you still suck. You still suck. Now, what you going to do about it?
Tell him, put some spec on that name.
Yeah, basements in Central Florida, which, exists.
Yeah. I don't even know what she's talking about anymore.
He said people in Central Florida who live in the basement with their parents.
When we come back, we will finally make sense out of Michelle Thibodeau on the Aaron Schachter Show. 904-362-9901. Back in a few seconds on ESPN 690.
Now, the First Alert Forecast on ESPN 690.
Keep that umbrella nearby. Mostly cloudy and breezy today with some showers and a few thunderstorms. Some heavy rainfall in spots with highs in the 80s. Dropping into the 70s tonight with some more showers. And mostly cloudy with scattered showers and a few thunderstorms tomorrow. Your Thursday high near 85. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. Join me today beginning at 5 p.m. on CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds, proud to offer a huge selection of both lab-grown and natural diamonds at the lowest prices guaranteed.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Prime Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Prime Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Prime Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 904-900-4770, 904-900-4770. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now, 904-900-4770.
Howard works from home.
Hello. Where's that proposal? Yes, Mr. Clark. I'll have that proposal ready ASAP.
But home is not working for Howard.
What is going on? I'm having Wi-Fi issues. Call you back.
Good thing Community First offers mortgages with no closing costs that can save you thousands, so people like Howard can get a new home complete with a new home office. Visit communityfirstfl.org to learn more today. Equal housing opportunity. Member NCUA.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Koala
am Carey.
And I'm Bruce. We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Did you know that according to the Department of Energy, heating and cooling account for almost half of the home's energy use and expense? We started our insulation business because we wanted to help people save money on those energy bills and live a healthier life.
Schedule a free evaluation today at koalainsulation.com.
Koala Insulation. Clean, knowledgeable, and trusted.
Snyderman, can you move things in your mind?
Nope.
Did you read our minds?
I got nothing. Were you thinking of nothing?
No. So, what makes you a superhero?
I can tell if you should repair or replace your air conditioning system.
If it's time to replace your air conditioning unit, Snyder can help. Get 0% interest if you pay in full within 60 months. Visit SnyderAC.com and get the details in a flash.
Flash? I think you mean Snyderman.
CAC 181330.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Taking Nugenix Total T makes a huge difference for me.
Nugenix? That's the testosterone booster with TV ads with Frank Thomas, right? Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yes.
Text radio to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up, then spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day. Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or e-gift card. Download the free Upside app now and use promo code RADIO for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up. That's promo code RADIO.
ESPN.com is your home for all things ESPN 690. Find shows, podcasts, Florida State Seminoles football, contests, and more at ESPN690.com. Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio.
Welcome back to the Aaron Schachter Show. 904-362-9901. Let's go back to the phones real quick. Kilkenny's on. Welcome to the show, Dan.
How's it going, guys?
How's it going, man?
On the play calling thing, you know, the aspect of having him up in the booth. When we were watching last year, there were numerous times that Trevor was looking up at him, tapping on the side of his helmet, and getting visibly, angry because of not getting the play called.
Really? I did not know this. I don't remember seeing that at all.
Oh yeah. There was, what was it? J.P. Shadrack and Logs were talking about it.
Okay.
Last year. But anyhow.
So then that clearly to me then, if this was a reoccurring issue or it's happened and it's been pointed out by the staff or the media, to me, that's all the reason you need to have press on the sideline.
Exactly. And I mean, maybe I'm the only guy who's ever watched all the NFL films, and a lot of the sideline shows and everything that they've done through the years. But when a player can actually go up to the coach and say, he just twisted an ankle, or he's not, his get-off isn't right. Let me get the double move, and boom. And bam, all of a sudden they call that play. It works. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
He's up in the booth. He doesn't get that input, and you see not that camaraderie really has a huge thing to do it, but whenever there's, a good flow between everybody, things just seem to click a little bit better, and so him being down onto the play field, and as far as the plays being called, if we were told that the year prior, Press was calling the second half of the games, and the second half of the games is when we were coming back and doing better, then obviously he has the ability to do so, so I don't see where everybody, is so concerned about it, but if we get him down on the field, he can actually do it properly, the way that it normally is done, but, I don't know.
I get you, Dan. I think the concern is exactly what I said in the first hour, which is basically out of every NFL head coach from an offensive background, he's the only one not calling plays, and quite frankly, he's respected as a play caller. And so I think that's where the concern happens with Jags fans.
What about Bieniemy? When Bieniemy was with Andy
Kansas
Reid,
City, yeah.
there was a lot of talk of him doing the play calling with him, or Leftwich was doing some play calling he was doing play calling for Tom Brady. Really, you're not calling.
So no, I've read the opposite. Now, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I've definitely seen the opposite where, number one, when it came to Leftwich, Bruce Arians was the architect of the offense.
Right.
And a brilliant offensive mind. So I get Tom Brady wanting that guy to have some say, but I also understand Leftwich and Brady might have had a very close working relationship where they adjust the playbook, but I don't think you can make a mistake about Bruce Arians being the architect of that offense. The other example you gave, remind me again, who was the first example you gave?
Bieniemy.
Oh, yeah. Bieniemy. I thought that was the rep on Bieniemy, how a lot of people didn't think he had play calling chops. And then when he went on these head coaching interviews, they realized that there might be some issues there. And so Bieniemy goes to Washington and the offense flounders. Now, granted, under Ron Rivera, but still the offense flounders, and he doesn't necessarily get glowing reviews from the folks at Washington. And now he's off to, I believe, UCLA, where it's also not going well for him. So, I mean, I like Eric Bieniemy, and I know I've read a lot of players who like Eric Bieniemy, but I think it proves the point, not disproves the point, if you ask me.
Right, and a lot of that stuff that I'm talking about, that was when they were looking at bringing him in for head coach possibilities.
Sure.
And so there's a lot of times they're going to get revved up and everything, and the reality is that most likely it's just like what you were saying.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the call, Dan. We're definitely going to see here soon. I mean, we're days away from game one where the Jags and the Dolphins will be doing some battle, and we will absolutely know at some point, either before that game or as it starts, who's going to be calling those plays. Who do you want to be calling the plays?
Honestly, I want Press, just because of the fact of the continuity. And Trevor has said many times in a lot of the different interviews, Doug and Press sit down starting on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, putting in the different plays for the first.
Yeah, I buy that. I'm buying that it's a collaborative process. That's my whole beef with this whole thing. I appreciate the call, Dan. Thank you so much. My whole beef with this whole thing is that it's not going to matter as much as it's been made a big deal. I buy that. I don't think you're going to see a significant difference, at least from the fan side or even the media side, of the play calling between these two guys. I believe it's a collaborative process. I believe them when they say that. I'm tired of the game. I'm tired of the nonsense where we're waiting with bated breath for a decision that's been made months ago. Months ago. Let's take the next call on the Aaron Schachter Show. 904-362-9901. Who's this?
Hey, what's going on, boss man? It's Brian.
Oh, solid take Brian hitting the house. What do you got for us, man?
Hey, a couple of things. I wanted to respond to that caller. He was sort of right. What happened was multiple times during the season, I've seen Trevor get frustrated. He was looking on the sidelines as he was trying to get the calls. I think it was more like last second, the clock is running out.
Got it.
He's trying to get a play call, and he couldn't hear it.
That's
what it seemed like to me.
I'm kind of remembering that now.
With the call.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it happen a couple of times, but it was mostly during the end of the play clock, before they have to throw a flag.
So do you think this gets helped with Press Taylor on the sideline, or do you think it's not going to make a difference?
I think it'll make a difference. I mean, I was a player and a coach, so, I think it would make a difference. I mean, you do have some advantages by being in the booth, as you can see. Maybe you can see some things that maybe I wouldn't notice on the field, but there's nothing better than in-game, in your face. You can see everything, get a feel for everything because you're right there.
Yeah.
Than you would in the booth. When you're in the booth, you have the time to concentrate. You're not getting distracted. You can think clearly and make calls. But for a player, that communication, that in-game communication right there is like you're on the field with me. You can see what's going on. You know what's going on. Or you're in the heat of the moment. So as a player, I prefer to have someone on the field.
So solid take. You're the owner of the team. What are you doing here? Are you leaving it up to Doug? Are you mandating it? What are you doing?
Oh, I mean, hey, if Shah Khan, he's standing on business. He done said multiple times, I said what I said. You gotta win this year.
Sorry about that.
So,
go ahead.
He said multiple times that he's standing on business. Like, you gotta win this year. Like, you gotta win. So I leave it up to you. If you decide not to call the plays, well, just know you got to swivel on your head and you got to make it happen. So it's on you.
If the Jaguars win 9 games this year and the offense is ranked 17th out of 32 in the NFL, does Doug Pederson deserve to be back?
Here's my thing. I don't care if they was ranked number 1 in the NFL. If you went 9-8, that's still a disappointment.
If the offense is number 1 and they go 9-8, chances are they were dealing with something else. No, I mean you have to have the worst defense in the world at that point.
Right, but I mean, here's my thing. 9-8 is not good enough. You need to definitely not only make it to the playoffs, but at least win at least one game. That's how I see it.
All right.
But the other thing you got to look at is who's out there that's better than Doug. I mean, Bill Belichick is probably the only option out there that's better than him.
Oh, Mike Vrabel's still out there, although I think he's going to Ohio State. Ben Johnson's going to be available at the end of the year, like he said last year. But you're right. I mean, I'm very comfortable with Doug Pederson. I like him as a head coach. I'm not interested in changing it. I just want the game to stop. That's all I'm saying.
Now, I got to admit, I believe that our team is better than last year, especially with the addition of Armstead and the couple of rookies that we added, the depth that we added. But the schedule is much tougher this year than it was last year, so that's the biggest difference.
Well, another solid take from Solid Take, Brian, man. Thank you so much for the call. We appreciate it. 904-362-9901. Brian, let's hit the break real quick. We got Michelle Thibodeau patiently waiting in what might be the first time in her entire life. I don't want to lose this moment whatsoever. When we come back, it's the no. When we come back, it's the hell no story. Hell no story of the day on the Aaron Schachter Show.
What you do on the field, every part of it matters.
Running right, lowers the shoulder, he fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
How you do it is equally as important.
Mike Norvell and Florida State will take on the Memphis Tigers Saturday in a college football battle. Airtime is 10 a.m. on the Seminoles Sports Network.
Get all the action from the Garnet and Gold on the gridiron. Your home for Florida State Seminoles football is ESPN 690.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a dust bunny breeder from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Steve Johnson. Welcome to the show, Steve.
It's great to be here, Alex.
Yeah, you don't have to answer it in the form of a question, Steve.
What is this game show?
See, that's another question.
Are you going to ask me about air conditioners?
Yeah, okay. How about we just send the Bueller guys over and you can annoy them with all your questions? Johnny?
That's right, Steve. Bueller Air and Plumbing can answer all your air conditioning questions, repair options, replacement models, and how to make your AC last longer while saving electricity, making sure you are cool.
Where is the parking lot?
You're killing me, Steve.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
This is the sound of real people across Florida betting on sports. It's the sound of winning your bet, only on Hard Rock Bet. And if your first bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back to try again. Hard Rock Bet is Florida's only legal sports book. Your home for betting hoops or any sport you choose. Download Hard Rock Bet now and get 2 shots at your first bet. Win, or you'll get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
This September, Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is back. Stronger than ever. Diamonds Direct helps you get the perfect jewelry gift with 0% interest. That's right. Enjoy 5 years of 0% financing on any Diamonds Direct purchase. It's your chance to get her the perfect ring with 0 interest and comfortable monthly payments that fit your budget. But act fast. This offer ends September 30th. For details and more, visit DiamondsDirect.com. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Only at Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Firefighters, paramedics, police officers. They take care of us, and at AMCO, we're proud to take care of them. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. As an essential business, we work on every kind of car repair with flexible financing and extra safety precautions. Essential, reliable, trusted. That's the men and women who are there for us, and it's our honor to be there for them. AA MCO.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
Rich Jones here. Investing can be more about just filling a bank account. It's about having a secure retirement, protecting your family. Let DLP Capital help you to protect your why. Here's CEO and founder Don Wenner.
I started DLP Capital with an expectation that I could provide my family, my investors, my team members, and the families of my investors with awesome returns, limited volatility, and no losses, all while providing desperately needed affordable housing to the American workforce.
To get your investor's guide and learn more, dial *invest on your cell phone or visit highyieldreturns.net.
Can you fly, Snyderman?
I wish.
Do you have super strength?
Above average for my age.
X-ray vision?
Nah.
Then what makes you a superhero?
Our AC is out.
Duty calls, kids.
Snyderman saves the day with affordable preventative care plans that keep systems operating at peak efficiency all year long. Get your preferred customer plan at SnyderAC.com today.
You're my hero, Snyderman. CAC 1813307.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Connect with us on Facebook.
What do you mean by that?
Search for @ESPN690Jax and check out the latest sports news, live stream, or show clip.
Now we talking.
ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio.
Welcome back to the Aaron Schachter Show. Closing up shop for the day in just a few minutes. But before we go, Brian, I do have to bring you one of my favorite segments of the day. It's the "Aw, hell no" story of the day.
Story time is often a favorite for children, but
No, not it. Did I give you the wrong one?
Not it. Hold on. No.
I think I got it right here, actually.
Okay.
Let's see. It's this one.
Hell no.
No.
To the no, no, no.
That's the right way.
Yeah, to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Listen.
Yeah, that's the one I needed you to hit me with.
Oh, why'd you stop?
Can we try that again? Because I still need that to do something else. HTNS for the nerds in the room. HTNS.
HTNS.
My fault. I gave you the wrong cart number. Let's try this again. I got to bring you the "Oh, hell no" story of the day.
Hell no. Woo! To the no, no, no. Yeah, to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Listen.
Oh, so soulful, Bishop. Rest in peace. So sad to find out he passed away just a few years ago.
Just a few years ago. I just found out.
I just found out literally last week. So sad.
Passed before COVID. Just found out.
Sports Freak, I'm glad to see you here, and trust me, you'll never hear me say that again, but I wanted you here for this story.
Okay.
Because I think you'll offer a unique vantage point when it comes to this. The story is a love story.
Oh.
It's a story about love and passion, about taboo and society's rules.
Okay.
It's about adventures and drugs.
Oh.
And we start with the news.
An Indiana man admitted to putting a poisonous, off-white powdery substance into his wife's Coca-Cola so he could kill her and marry her daughter, according to state court records.
All right, where are we at right now? Good plan or not a good plan?
Oh my gosh.
All right, so a guy has been accused and has admitted to putting what the reporter calls a powdery white substance into her Coca-Cola drinks. Is it sugar? Because those things have like 48 grams of sugar per can, by the way. That'll just kill someone right there.
Probably rat poison.
Oh, you're going with rat poison. Brian, you want to guess? Have you cheated? Did you look at the headline?
No, I didn't hear the question either. But
what is the powdery white substance that this man has put in his poor wife's drink to try and kill her?
Oh, okay. BC.
All right, you're saying BC's headache powder.
I know it does good, but it tastes like it should kill you.
Counterintuitive, but okay. Good answer. Okay, we've got rat poison and BC headache powder. Let's see what happens.
Alfred Roof, 71, pleaded guilty to aggravated battery in July for trying to poison his wife. He was sentenced on Monday to 4 years in prison and 5 years of probation, Indiana court records show.
4 years in prison for trying to kill somebody.
That's it?
That's all he's going to get. Now, would it help you understand, Michelle, if I told you this dude was in his 70s? That doesn't matter.
No.
He should go away forever.
It's attempted murder.
Because in your 70s, forever is kind of like 5 to 10, right?
There's people that live a lot longer than that. There's people in their 80s.
Like Nia will be able to tell you, God forbid this guy throw a straw wrapper on the floor, he's probably going to pick up an extra 3 or 4 years.
Right. 4 years.
Officers in January 2022 that he had been spiking his wife's drinks over the last few months with a substance given to him by his wife's daughter.
Oh, okay. The culprits have been uncovered. New to the story, the victim's daughter, who is giving this suspicious powdery white substance to dad or stepdad to try and kill off mom.
So they can get married.
So they can get married.
He had been spiking his wife's drinks over the last few months with a substance given to him by his wife's daughter, according to a probable cause affidavit obtained by USA Today. Another deputy took Roof's wife to a hospital where she tested positive for having MDMA, cocaine, and benzodiazepines.
So basically, she goes to the hospital, they give her drug tests just as a standard thing when you go to the hospital, and they're like, ma'am, do you know you're on cocaine right now? She's sitting there grinding her teeth. No, I had no idea. What are you talking about? I'm on cocaine. I've never done cocaine in my entire life. Oh my God. Cocaine, MDMA, and benzos.
Wow.
You want to talk about a mixture?
What's that like, guys? I feel like between the two of you, somebody knows.
Sports freak, go ahead, Phyllis.
What's that like?
I mean, I would think that a powdery substance in a cold drink doesn't dissipate as well. It would sink to the bottom. I would put it in a warm drink. It would dissolve better.
She's not wrong, Brian. You're making fun. She's not wrong. The police end up cutting open the Coke can.
Thank you.
And they find the powdery substance in the bottom. Clearly, Michelle has tried to dose somebody with cocaine or MDMA or benzos before.
It's not that I think she's wrong. I just want to tell Tip that we can hear you. You're on the airways, man. We can see you.
It's like that documentary where the guy's in the mirror going, I killed them all.
No, when you have an iced tea and you try to put certain sweeteners in it, they don't dissolve. They go to the bottom. There's only like 1 or 2 that'll dissolve really well.
Okay, but then what happens to the insurance policy afterwards? No? Okay. I was just checking.
And benzodiazepines in her blood and urine. She denied using the drugs.
I bet. She said, I've never used drugs in my entire life.
Poor lady.
Testing positive for cocaine and benzos and all kinds of MDMA. What's he throwing MDMA in there for? You come home, Granny's rubbing up against all the pillows.
Hey,
yo. Ecstasy?
Caressing the walls. Yeah.
Okay.
Caressing the walls.
Hey, yo.
Never did that.
Like, what's happening?
Oh.
When deputies...
You notice how she didn't say that about the benzos or the cocaine.
She denied using the drugs. When deputies...
Right, Michelle? She denied?
Her blood and urine. She denied using the drugs. When deputies interviewed a then 69-year-old rough at the sheriff's office in January 2022, he told them that he was sexually involved with his wife's 31-year-old daughter from a...
Okay. Okay. I think we found the answer there.
Now we talking.
So the 69-year-old...
Hey, my boy said Steph Curry, long range. Caitlin Clark, logo 3. Baby, I'm almost on this earth for 7 decades. I'm pulling someone 40 years my junior? Ooh-wee.
Just gave me a rib cramp.
Ooh-wee.
Here's the thing. As much as an issue as I have with dosing the granny with benzos and coke and MDMA, I'm okay with the age gap.
Yeah, boy.
Age gap isn't my problem.
Yeah, boy.
Not in this story. In this story, you've got consenting adults who are psychotic and evil. All right, so where we're at. He's put the powder in the drink. She's at the hospital testing positive for all kinds of drugs. And he's admitted to sleeping with the 31-year-old daughter.
you play that sound? It's such a. Why you play that shortened? Man, we gotta get out of here. You got 90 seconds.
We got more clips. Where you running to?
You got 90 seconds.
This is great. I love this story.
We're not even done. You know, the story is the clip is 2 minutes long. And we told Michelle we weren't even going to be able to get through it.
You're right.
Let's see.
An Indiana MDMA, cocaine, and benzodiazepines in her blood and urine.
All right.
She denied using the drugs.
Right.
When deputies interviewed a then 69-year-old Ruff at the sheriff's office in January 2022, he told them that he was sexually involved with his wife's 31-year-old daughter from a previous marriage. The affidavit says. He then explained that his wife's daughter gave him the pill bottle with the powdery substance in September 2021.
To kill off mom.
Bottle with the powdery substance in September 2021 and instructed him to put it in her mother's drink, the court document continued. Roof was the only person charged in connection with the crimes.
Daughter didn't even get charged. Daughter's out there just dosing, but she's like, just do this. We're going to be good.
Charged in connection with the crimes. Roof told the deputies that the drug cocktail would make his wife go to sleep for 13 hours or so.
Oh, now I'm like, you know what? I kind of understand. I mean, you got something that makes the wife go to sleep for 13 hours?
Oh, okay.
I'm like, all right, where's
Sounds
the website?
good to me.
Where are we going?
13 hours or so. Once Roof's wife was asleep, her daughter and her daughter's friend would put on a show for Roof.
Just enough time to have some friends over.
His friend would put on a show for Roof, according to the affidavit. The show involved the two women putting on Roof's wife's negligees and then on each other.
What?
Listen, let me tell you something. No, you're not gonna let that slide.
Well, it's not right. It's time the show's over. You said
the sound effects from the from the
what are you talking
story.
about? That was in the news report.
Two women putting on Roof's wife's negligees and then on each other.
And then Thibodeau's sound effect right afterwards.
What?
It sounded like a moan of approval. If I'm being honest,
I was like, "Are you okay?"
If I'm being honest.
Oh, boy.
He's 69.
Forget about that. The daughter is putting on the mother's lingerie to do the dancing and stuff.
Gross, with a friend.
Brian, you thought this was ending. We got a couple of seconds.
Kirk, don't send me no
on
email.
Each other. The court document continues. The victim's daughter told Roof she wanted to get mom out of the picture once she found out they were selling their home.
All this over selling the house?
Yeah, boy.
You're gonna sleep with stepdad? You're gonna put on private shows in the apartment. You're gonna dose mom with cocaine, MDMA, and benzos, just because she's selling the house? You don't even live in the house. What's happening there? Can we get a replay on what they did?
Show for Roof, according to the affidavit. The show involved the two women putting on Roof's wife's negligees and then on each other.
All right, for the next 30 seconds of the show, Michelle, you're gonna go ahead and say what they did to each other. Just kidding. Don't say it. Don't close it. You don't know the line.
I can only imagine.
Stop it.
Imagine what?
No, Brian, it's your job too,
I mean,
man.
these are two girls putting on an old woman's lingerie and getting together to try to convince the 69-year-old man of what? Not to sell the house? Why didn't she just get rid of both of them and just make sure she was in the will and got the house for herself? I don't understand the logic here. I would have to deep dive
just got
into this a little bit more.
A lot more dark, didn't it?
I know.
Talking about killing off both people now.
I
What
mean,
kind of show, Brian? Puppet show?
I don't know what you
girl
mean.
on girl show.
Maybe an early matinee movie for the old folks?
Probably wouldn't take much for him.
To do what?
I don't know. Whatever it is, the goal of the show is that they're
I would say
doing.
the goal is entertainment. No?
Okay, well, I don't think it would take much.
Like if
to
I was one of
entertain
those two performers, the drug dosing daughter or the friend, my goal would be the satisfaction of the audience. A compelling show. A drama, if you would. That's just me, though.
What did they do after the show? Like after they performed for him? Like then what happened?
It's a good question. It's a good question. Maybe we can get it answered after this show, which ended 5.5 minutes ago.
Aww.
It was the Aaron Schachter Show. Michelle, thank you for stopping by, Sports Freak. Brian, thank you for dealing with my nonsense today.
It's all
and
good.
to those of you who we've missed over the last couple of days, we will see you back here same time tomorrow on ESPN 690.
your chance to win $1,000 as ESPN 690 wants to pay your bills. Sponsored by Arlington Toyota.
Go to ESPN690.com now. Look for the ESPN Pays Your Bills contest. Enter the keyword HOME. That's HOME. By half past the hour for your chance to win $1,000.
Your next chance to win $1,000 and have ESPN 690 pay your bills happens tomorrow morning at 8. This is a nationwide contest. Message and data.
Sports Center update brought to you by Tailgaters Parking.
If you're feeling undervalued where you bank or lost in the shuffle, it might be time for a change. Community First Credit Union makes changing easy and worth it. We've been helping the people in North Florida live their best lives for over 9 decades. And we're here to help you too. If you open a Community First checking account, we'll give you a $200 bonus, and you don't have to refer anyone to get it. Visit communityfirstfl.org for details. Member NCUA. Bonus requires deposits totaling $1,000 or more and 10 debit transactions within the first 90 days of account opening.
The lightest 350 horsepower onboard has just hit the water. Introducing the all-new Yamaha 4.3-liter V6 Offshore F350 with advanced features and class-leading power to weight. Every run will be more efficient and exhilarating. The new 4.3-liter V6 Offshore F350 from Yamaha. Reliability starts here.
Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and sell your home for cash without the stress of listing your home on the market. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. You can sell your home stress-free, make the most money, and move on your timeline with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Skip the hassle of constant cleaning and costly repairs. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, there are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. One of our clients, KR, said, "We weren't planning on moving, but our family's needs changed. We sold our home for substantially more than we paid, and we were able to move quickly. Thank you, Mark Spain Real Estate." We've been in business for nearly 30 years and have served over 58,000 satisfied clients, so we know what matters most: a quick sale and maximum profit. Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. and find out what your guaranteed offer will be. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Snyderman, can you move things in your mind?
Nope.
Could you read our minds?
I got nothing. Were you thinking of nothing?
No. So, what makes you a superhero?
I can tell if you should repair or replace your air conditioning system.
Snyderman can help tell you whether it's time to repair or replace your system if you answer 8 quick questions on our website. Visit SnyderAC.com and get your answer in a flash.
Flash? I think you mean Snyderman.
CAC 1813307.
Hey guys, it's Aaron from the Aaron Schachter Show, and I've just linked up with my friends over at Underdog Fantasy. Over 1 million fans got in the game with Underdog last year, so I was hoping to be one of those people. But what you learn so quickly is that Underdog isn't just about football. So many things are going down in the Underdog Fantasy app. I hopped on the app and I realized that they had projected stats for the hot dog eating contest. So I was pretty sure that Joey Chestnut was going to go above his projection, and I was pretty sure Kobayashi was going higher than his projection. Made a quick little $15 on a hot dog eating contest. What a world. Listen, man, Underdog is super fun to play, and it's easy to get started. Go to their easy-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with the promo code TASS, and Underdog's going to give you a special to use on your first contest and a deposit offer. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code TASS to claim your new customer offer of a mystery special, plus a first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Warning, the following